Hello and welcome to this Collaborate Online informative video on how to create and manage system permissions within the system. You can see here that we've logged into the system and we are in a project here, the Highfield Manor project. Here you've got some basic files, some sample documentation uploaded, and below that you actually have the user permissions panel, and you can see here that these are the list of the users that are on the system, their email addresses, the companies they work for, and the 3 levels of system permissions that they can be defined as. You can have view permissions, which is essentially giving someone the ability to view and download content from this folder. You have edit permissions, which will enable the user to upload content or edit content that is currently in the system, and you then have the delete permissions, which will enable users to delete content from the folder. And to make changes to this panel, we need to go and click on the edit permissions button. Here you can see that we've opened up the Edit Permissions control panel, but we also have other functionality here. We could change the positioning of the folder, the name of it, and even the rich text editor. But we're accessing the Access Control panel, which is further down here. And again, the information is similar to what we've seen on the previous screen. You have the ability to view the user's name, their email address, the company they work for, and define system permissions as previously explained. Now, we could select these individual permissions next to the tick box next to each user, or we could en masse select all and select all of the users in that column there to give them view permissions, or even clear that down if we'd made a mistake. What we won't, we'll actually select all of these users on the list to give them view permissions to this folder, which will essentially give them access to both see and download that content. And to action that change, we need to go down to the bottom left here and click on the Update Folder button, which takes us back to the home screen here, or the top level folder screen here, and you can see that very quickly these permissions have been changed to view. All of these users in the list now have permission to view the documents that are in this folder. For example, now though, you can see on the folder structure here, there's actually a subfolder to this Highfield Manor project, and that's just a single subfolder. You will often find within projects you will have a lengthy subfolder structure, and it would be quite time consuming for you to have to go through and change specific system permissions for each individual folder. And for example, if you want to make a specific change to all of these folders, for example giving several users the ability to edit these folders, you can do that using the Cascade Permissions down functionality, which I will now demonstrate to you. So here you can see that these users have all got view permissions, but we want to give these top 3 users edit permissions to the subfolder as well as the top level folder, and subsequently any other folder that we could have had in that tree. So if we go to the Edit Permissions panel again here, you can see that we've got down to the Access Control panel again here, and we're going to go ahead and select the top 3 users here to give them edit permissions. But we also have to go ahead to the Cascade Permissions column, and once you tick these boxes here, you are explaining to the system that these 3 rows of users permissions need to be cascaded down the entire folder tree and make those changes as well. You also need to remind explain to the system you want to cascade these changes to the subfolders and subfolders only by selecting yes. It will confirm that these changes cannot be reversed, and then go ahead and hit the Update Folder button, and the changes will have not only been made to this folder here, as you can see that Colin, David and Mike have the changes as requested, but if you go to the Highfield subfolder below, these changes have been made for these users as well.